are my 3 tumblers. I have this first one that I got, the Stanley Quencher, the Simply Modern, as well as the Brumate Era. And I wanted to have a little chit chat with you guys about my thoughts and opinions on these 3 particular makes and types from the perspective of someone who doesn't drink ice water. So I know these tumblers, I think, were originally made for ice water or something like that. I don't even know if it says that you can hold hot water in these ones, but there are other tumblers I found, like the Yeti and like Awala and blah, 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 that say that you can't put hot water or you can't put carbonated drinks in them. It's like strictly for cold drinks. So I didn't do a whole ton of research from that perspective. I just wanted to give you my opinion based on someone who uses this for hot water, in particular tea. I first found out about this quencher from Vuitton Mom. If you guys haven't seen her already, you guys should totally check her out. She is like my favorite. I love watching her shorts and she's just a vibe. Love her. And so I thought that the Stanley Quencher was actually like a mom thing, like a Vuitton mom thing in particular. I didn't know that it was such like a tween slash like everybody thing. And then from there, I saw these water talk videos, but I digress. That's how I found out about this quencher. And I actually went about wanting to buy one because I drink a lot of hot tea throughout the day, and normally what I drink them in is like several cups of like kind of like big mugs, like glass mugs, and I wanted a lid to cover them while they were like cooling down for me to drink. And that's kind of how I decided to research about tumblers, and I got this one as my first one just because it was the most famous. It was accessible. I got it on Amazon. This was 59 Canadian plus tax. And then subsequently I got the Simply Modern one just because I thought it looked really cute and it was all monochromatic. This one was, I think, $42.99 plus tax. So in Canada, the price difference between the Stanley and the Simply Modern isn't as big as I think it might be in the US. Correct me if I'm wrong. I totally don't have like a strong knowledge in this area of tumblers. I'm totally new to the game. And this is my most recent purchase, which is the Brumate Era. And I wanted to share with you why I think if you guys are getting the tumblers for hot drinks, and I don't know if that's a lot of you guys out there, leave me a comment if you guys are a hot drink type of person as well. I think that if you're a hot drink girl though, this one is definitely the best buy. The Brumate Era is a game changer, and I think going forward I would probably only buy, unless there's like a totally new thing that comes out, the Brumate Era. It is so amazing. First, I want to caveat that this one is 30 ounce, 40 ounce, 40 ounce, so they're different sizes. I wanted to buy the 40 ounce in this too to make a comparison, but they just didn't have it available. I might order one online though. This one is in the color guava. This the quencher is in rose quartz, and this one is blush, I think.
Welcome to Kiki's channel. Ding ding.
Anyway, I wanted to point out the major difference. First, I'm not going to do the test though because I have hot tea and I'm not going to like burn myself for this. There's tea in all of them. They all keep the temperature pretty well. I think compared to keeping cold drinks, hot drinks usually don't keep for as long, which is fine because I don't tend to leave them for like numerous days or hours like some people might do with cold water, I guess. I haven't done a comparison on how hot it can keep it, like the time comparison, because it wouldn't be fair anyway, because this is 30 ounce, these are 40. So by virtue of size and physics, these would obviously keep the water hotter for longer because the volume of hot water is higher. So we're not going to go into that. Let's go quickly into, I guess, leak proofness, which is a big thing, I think, amongst people who buy tumblers. This one is leakiest. I'm not going to pour it because it's going to leak and burn me, but for sure, hands down or hands up, the Stanley is the leakiest. And the lid, I would say, is the hardest to open and close as well as to clean because it's kind of like 2 parts, but the parts don't come apart that easily. When you open this lid here, ooh, a little bit of steam there. You have to clip this, and for me with my nails, it's a little bit trickier to do that. So I would say to clean the lid as well as to take the lid off, this one is a little bit trickier for me. I don't know if it's also because it's wider from the top. I just have more trouble turning it. And it could also be because I use this for hot liquids. Maybe there's more of a suction to it. The Simply Modern is pretty easy to open and close, not super difficult. I like that you can adjust the straw in 4 positions. The Stanley, I like to just position it either facing the logo or the back is usually what I prefer, but it is a little bit trickier. You kind of just have to know where to place it. And if you're OCD like me, that might be a thing for you. They both, as in the Stanley and the Simply Modern, both come with straws that are made of plastic, but the Simply Modern comes with 2 straws, identical pink straws, which I think is a great touch. The Simply Modern straw, it has a bit more kind of slightly more bend to it. I feel like the Stanley straw is a little bit harder, if that is a criteria for you. Otherwise, they're very similar. The Stanley is slightly shorter than the Simply Modern straw because I think by virtue of the fact that I'm not sure if you can see here, the Stanley is actually a little bit shorter than the Simply Modern. The Simply Modern design is just a little bit more tall and slender than the Stanley, which has a bit of a more kind of like a sporty look to it. And I like them both for that purpose, but I was actually thinking that maybe like what would happen is it safe for the plastic to be in hot water? I know these were designed for cold drinks, so I started thinking about that. And I'm not like a super like, crunchy mom or any of that, but I got thinking, I'm like, oh, I wonder if there's any tumblers that have steel straws. And actually that's really, really rare. I think I looked at the Walla, I looked at the Yeti, a bunch of other ones, and they all have plastic straws until I discovered this one, which is the Brumate. I have a boot on it as well. I have boots on all of them just because I don't want to. It's partially because I was carrying coasters around to settle it on like my surfaces, but then that way I just got too lazy and I realized that this was way easier. So that's why I have the boots that I just grabbed off Amazon. But anyway, as I was saying, I found the Brumate Era, which comes in, I think, various sizes. I believe 30 ounce and 40 ounce. I want to say there's a smaller one, but I think there's only 2 for now. And this has been such a game changer because this lid is completely leak proof. And by that, I mean, if you put the setting to lock at the top, so you see how it has this little lock sign? There's water in here. Here, and you know what? I'm going to show you guys. Ooh, so there's stuff in here. There's tea. If I put it to the lock side, nothing. It's completely leak proof, which is amazing. Really useful, I think, for especially if you'd like to take your drinks out with you, then you can just hold it like, like this on the side without worrying that it's going to spill everywhere. And then when you want to drink, all you have to do is, a bit of it dripped out, I think, because there was just like some like from the mount in the straw. Just FYI, or was that just from when I opened it? Not sure, but that is something to note. If you have a liquid already, like you've been drinking it, in this part, it's gonna leak out a few drops. It's not a big deal. So when you want to drink, you just match this part, just make it look like kind of like a straw, I guess. And you can drink. It's pretty sweet. I will say though that according to the instruction pamphlet that it came with, if you are to use this with hot liquid, you should not put it in the lock position because of the pressure that could build up, which I found to be somewhat true. You can kind of mitigate this by not filling it to the top, which is why I really want to get the 40 ounce. That way I could fill it not all the way to the top, but still with hot liquid, if you know what I mean. Oh yes, I forgot to mention, the next best part about this is, look, it is a straw that is made out of stainless steel and it comes apart for easy cleaning. Did you see that? It just clicks in and out. As for the top part, you're wondering how it is cleaned. And again, sorry, this way. You put it in kind of in the middle position and then it is, you just pull it, wait a sec, magnetic. amazing. So you can just take all 3 parts apart and have a really good clean, which I love. It is just so good, guys. Like, I love how they've over-engineered this. It is absolutely amazing. And I think that for the price, it was more expensive. And I don't know if this is because I'm in Canada. I think if you buy it from the website, it's about $62 Canadian for the 40 ounce. I paid more for mine because I just wanted it from really quickly, and I bought it from Amazon. And if I bought it online, I would have to wait for a pre-order. So I did that. So I think it is a few dollars more than the Stanley and maybe like 20 something dollars more than this. But I still think if you're not going to collect like the rainbow of colors and you're just going to get like a few of them to rotate through, then this is definitely the way to go. I think in terms of functionality, it is the best. It feels really quality, like in terms of sturdiness. I would say if you're just sort of to feel it for quality, the Brumate and the Stanley feel the most luxury, or the most like, it just feels like the finishing feels more high end. And I would say the Simply Modern definitely feels the cheapest. It doesn't look the cheapest, but it definitely, like if you were to look closely and you have an eye for that kind of thing, you might notice. So I would say that, like in terms of the paint and stuff too, you could kind of see that it's just slightly off. I haven't noticed any scratches or paint chipping from the Brumate yet, which is a great thing because I've already noticed on my Stanley as well as my Simply Modern, particularly at the bottom or like in high touch areas, like rubbing areas when you put it into like a cup holder, that there has been a little bit of a few scratches here and there. Nothing that bothers me too much, but for the price, I would prefer that it doesn't scratch as easily. I know things do patina and age, but just wanted to share that with you if that is a concern for you. So as a drinker of hot tea, I would say definitely go for this, or as someone who really is picky about spillage, leakage, what have you, I would still pick this. Just overall, I think this is the best cup, honestly. And in terms of design, it's hard to say. I think aesthetically, I like this one more. I like the slenderness, the kind of like, you know, sleekness of this, and the fact that everything is just so monochromatic. But I think overall, just with all the other design features in mind, this is definitely the winner, Brumate Era. If you guys don't have one already, I highly recommend you guys check it out. Let me know if you guys already have one or another brand and you can have like a recommendation for me. I would love to hear from you. Yeah, that's it for today's video. I would love it and really appreciate it if you could drop me a like. That would really help my channel out. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Janet.
Ding ding. Do 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 do. Thanks for watching. Come again. Bye bye.